So talk to me, who is Lamz? Where did it come from? Who are you as an artist?
So my name is Lamar, that's my government name. But I think like from a kid, everyone's kind of called me Lam or something, some abbreviation like that basically. Yeah. And I just added the Z to it and I thought, why not go with Lamz? Before it was something different, I think it was Lammy C, or I can't really remember. But when I started to do more gospel-centered music, I thought, you know what, let me steer away from that version of who I was and into a new version of who I am now. So then the whole name changed, so that's why it's Lamz Shakur.
Who is this new version of you now then?
So this new version of me now is more of a Christian-centered type of person. Before like I had made a lot of mistakes in my life and I wanted to change and be a new version of myself and show people that you can be Christian or you can follow somewhat of a faith and it still seem and look cool.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want to change who I was and be a Christian and then people look at me and think I've fully completely changed. I'm not the same person I used to be, even though there's things that is going to change.
Yeah.
I still, do you know what I mean? I still look like myself, so.
Yeah, no, it doesn't change you as a person in the sense of like your physical
appearance.
Yeah. It just guides you and
basically
helps you to become the person that you want to be instead of the person that you once were. So you said to me when I asked you for a little paragraph about yourself that you describe your music as transition music.
Yeah.
Just explain that to me, what's that mean?
So the reason I call it transition music because I don't want to say it's straight gospel music, but it's music for people that are transitioning to wanting to go down that path. So you could still be living whatever life you want to live, but you kind of understand who God is and the purpose you want for yourself. So transition music, you're transitioning from there to there. Yeah. That's why I call it transition music instead of just gospel music. Because I still kind of swear, so I think if I said it was gospel music and I'm still swearing, it don't look good. So
yeah, definitely. Have you found anybody else who's kind of doing the same stuff as you?
I found people that are doing somewhat similar to the street gospel, but not kind of the route that I'm taking with the transitional kind of stuff. I found people that are more so just doing just gospel as a whole. But anyone that's kind of doing similar to me is not in Birmingham, majority are like London or a bit further out.
Yeah, because the Birmingham music scene is like, it's really diverse, but it's also like so similar at the same time.
Yeah.
But I think what you're doing is really cool because it's kind of bringing a younger generation into it as well. It's not just speaking to people who are they've found their faith, they know where they're at. It kind of speaks to those that maybe need the help and the guidance. Yeah,
that's the aim. Yeah.
How do you balance your faith with your music?
I think it's always gone hand in hand, really. I've always grown up in like a Christian household. All my family are Christian, and majority of my family do music. My mum's a singer. My uncle is a bassist who's in a band. Like I've grown around music my whole life, so I think before they were kind of separate, but that was always here. Same as the music was always here. So now it was just more so about putting them two together and creating this vibe now. So that's what I do. Yeah.
What does it mean to you to be able to like combine two things that you love and be able to put out such like an incredible message?
It's important because it makes music more meaningful rather than it just being you're just making music for the sake of making music. It's actually there's a feeling and emotion that I'm putting into it, and when other people hear it, they can feel and hear that emotion at the same time rather than just hear the beat and think, oh, this is nice. They actually hear what I'm saying, listen to what I'm saying, or oh, that don't make sense, let me try to figure out what that means. Like it's controversial at the same time, and that's to me what is important.
Yeah, definitely. Like I was sat there last night listening to some of it and it was like, it wasn't anything like I expected. I think because I'd gone into it with like the kind of image of my head about it being gospel, and then to hear it in such a different way, I was sat there and was like, this isn't actually like anything I've ever heard before. And it was really interesting to be able to sit there and properly listen and focus to on the lyrics and pick it all apart. Like I'm a massive English nerd, and I love dissecting little things. And there's so much in your music that's like, it's playfully done. I like it. It's
Thank
clever. You're welcome.
Funnily enough, I failed English, but
do you know what? I failed all my GCSEs to be fair. And I'm here, so it's fine. What was the biggest spiritual or personal change that happened before you releasing your first EP?
Ooh. I think before I was following my faith now as I am now, I was making a lot of mistakes and just making excuses for making the mistakes.
Yeah.
Like I weren't really focused on what I'm doing and who I'm affecting with what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Whereas now I kind of look at my mistakes different now, and I don't want other people to make similar mistakes to me, and especially I've got kids. So I don't want my son to make similar mistakes that I'm making, and I've got 2 girls, and I don't want them to be with no boy that's made the mistakes that I've made. So it's kind of, people always say, what's that saying? People always say, would you allow your daughter or child to date somebody like you?
Yeah.
So when I heard that, it made me reevaluate who I was and think, okay, that's a serious question. Would I allow my daughter to date someone like me, well, who I was at that point in time? And I was like, my answer was no. So from then I said, oh man, I need to change.
You want to be a good, like, responsible figure for your kids, don't you?
Yeah.
Like, you grow up and you're influenced by your surroundings all the time. You know, they say that you're a product of your environment.
Yeah.
And yeah, I totally get that. Like, as a parent, that I wouldn't want her to grow up and not be. I wouldn't want her to grow up in a way that, like, she wasn't happy with, and she couldn't look around her and go, yeah, this is where I'm meant to be. So, like, I definitely get that. But how does being a parent affect you in your music as well?
Gives me more of a push. More than anything, it doesn't affect me in a negative way. It's more of a push because they're the next generation now. So I've made my mistakes. My music is almost like a guidebook to tell them, don't do this. This is what happened when you do this. And it's the same guidebook for other people of that generation as well, really.
So, as well, actually, something that I was meaning to touch on earlier. So you know how you do like a bit of management? Yeah. What's that like on the opposite end of, obviously, you're an artist, being able to manage somebody else?
I think it's easy because the person I manage is my cousin anyway. So do you know what I mean? It's easy. It's not like I don't know the person, and I have the same love for him that he has for the music. So we're both just putting the same kind of amount of energy in, and it's just creating beautiful music. Even though he's on a different path to me, but do you know what I mean? I'm still able to use the knowledge I know and from what I'm doing and the connects that I've built, and using that to help him as well. So managing him is easy, and anybody else that I've worked with, it's kind of the same. When you've got a passion for it, it's different. It don't feel like a job or like a chore. Yeah. So for me, it's just normal.
How do you reckon it's influenced your own music journey?
What, managing?
Yeah.
To be honest, it's probably pushed me more to take music serious, to be honest, because before managing my cousin, I was doing music, but I weren't doing shows, I weren't doing stuff like this. I wasn't really putting out my music, I was just recording it, and I just had a catalogue of music there. But seeing the drive that my cousin has, and the passion, the ambition, and when I give him advice or when I say something to him, he's on it. I don't say something to him and he doesn't do it. Yeah. Like if I say, I talk to this person can get you here, he's jumping on it straight away, and it makes me think, wow, I should be on that as well. Like someone that's doing music as well, I should be having the same drive as him, if we're obviously working hand in hand with a lot of things. So I think managing him has helped me because it's pushed me without him trying to push me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, when you see somebody else's like ambitions and aspirations, you tend to sit there and go, that's the energy I need to be doing, and that's where I want to be. Like, because it's always like, you know, when you give a piece of advice and you're like, I should take a leap.
You should have took it yourself. Yeah.
It's always easier to push someone to where they want to be than to do it yourself. But sometimes that's the push you need to be able to get where you want to go.
Yeah, of course.
So, okay, so earlier you said about growing up in a really like musical household. Yeah. Who are your biggest influences and inspirations, both musically and personally?
Musically, if we're talking about family, 100% would be my mom. My mom is a singer. Her having kids stopped her from pursuing her dream, but she's always sung around the house. And once we got older, she started to pursue her dreams then. But just seeing that whole journey has always motivated me. My mom's always taught me a lot. And then my cousin, Slink, he is a big inspiration as well, because he's the person that introduced me to a lot of rap music anyways. So without him, I wouldn't be who I am anyways. Even though I would have enjoyed music, I would have never been rapping, because he's the person that put, even though he bloody shouldn't have, he's the person that put like Jay-Z in front of me, like all them sort of certain artists that really influenced me, and he put Tupac, Biggie, all of them sort of people. So if it wasn't for him, so shout out Slink, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be making music whatsoever at all.
Yeah, so actually, with like your inspirations and stuff, is your last name actually Shakur, or is it?
Nah,
Or is it not to Tupac?
Yeah, it's I'm paying homage to him basically. Obviously, people always have said I look like him to a degree, but his music has always inspired me more than any other artist.
Yeah.
So when I decided to change, I just thought I need something powerful, something that people are gonna hear, and just be drawn to the name alone before they even hear the music. And then I just put it together and boom.
Yeah, you can see a lot of the inspiration come through in your music though, because it was something that I sat there. It's what made me think about. I read it, and then obviously I was listening to the music, and I was like, there's definitely, you can see some things have been pulled here from him, and it's so sick how you like managed to intertwine all those things together and still stick like true to your faith. How do you stay true to your sound with that then?
I know how I like to sound, so I just mix the way I think I should sound as opposed to how how other artists in this day and age sound. I just want to sound like me. That's it at the end of the day. As long as you can hear what I'm saying clearly, I don't really care. That's me. I make music for that purpose alone, not to blow up and be this big famous person. That's not really my goal.
It's better when you know it's for enjoyment. Yeah, you'll find that with a lot of artists, they started off because it was something fun, they enjoyed it, and then it went off into a career. But I think as long as you always stick true to it being fun and it being what you want to do, anything else will just fall into place as long as you've got the love for it and the want for it.
Yeah, of course.
You can go anywhere as long as you've got that. What was the hardest song you've ever had to finish?
Well, that's a question, you know. Hardest song I've ever had to finish. I don't think there's really been a hard song. I think probably I would say the mixing of certain songs is harder because since I'm self-taught, and I don't sing, on some of my songs I do sing, so then trying to mix my vocals and make it sound like I can sing, that is difficult. Because like I said, I don't know certain things that other producers know, and so that alone probably. But yeah. That's it, just mixing really. So
there's never been anything like lyrically that you've thought like, oh, I don't know whether I can like finish this?
Nah, not for me. My writing process, I can write a song in less than an hour and record it within the same time. That's verses and a chorus. But I've always said to my cousin, I go off feeling. So if I feel an emotion, it's easy to write. Whereas if someone says, oh, write based on that topic, it's a bit more difficult, especially if it's not something I've lived through. So when I'm talking based on lived experiences, it just kind of flows. So I've never really struggled with writing in that sense.
Are you more of, in that case, are you more of a like set and plan it all out kind of person, or just words to the page straight away?
I have to hear the beat. If I hear the beat, the first emotion the beat makes me feel is how I structure the rest of the song. So if I feel happy, that's how I structure it. If I feel down or faithful or hopeful or whatever the case is, that's how I structure the rest of the song.
No, that's such a sick way to be able to do that though. Because I know of a lot of artists, and to be fair, because I used to write music very loosely. I'd always have to sit there and like really structure it out. Like I couldn't just go off emotional hearing a beat or something. I had to like pick a theme, a topic, and like actually go through it. Even if it was something that I'd been through personally, like I always had
to have to structure it.
Otherwise it just ended up as a bit of ramble on a page. So with obviously Tupac, such a big part of what you hear about him was obviously all of the beef that went down back in the day. What's your opinion on artists these days creating fake beef to be able to promote their music?
See, it kind of takes away from how things was back then. Things back then, everything was just organic, everything was just real, you're in it. The emotions is raw, everything is real. So when an artist is saying this is who I am, you kind of more so believe it. But I think now, what did we say? It's industry plan. Everything's a bit different now. It's strategic. It's planned. They want this person to blow, so because this person is big, let's create a beef situation. So then that will help them grow. And it's all fake. It's like buying views. That's how it feels to me. Do you know what I mean? It's not genuine. Whereas back in the day, everything was more genuine. So this fake beef stuff, I don't really buy into.
No. Do you reckon that the beef between Kendrick and Drake was real? Or do you reckon that was all written out? And
I don't know, because again, they're not part of the old school generation, so they're not things, like for example, you could bring up, I don't know, who's got beef? I can't even think of anyone old school that's got, like, I don't know, Snoopy's in beef with Suge Knight. That's something you believe because you know about the history and the past and it's deep rooted, but you hear Drake is in beef with Kendrick, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, where's the past there, all of this, he probably stole a lyric there and this, that and other bits. It's nothing serious to say it's proper beef, so it's not something I really buy into.
No, I don't blame you. Yeah, I remember like my mum teaching me about everything that went down back in the day, and it always fascinated me. And then to see obviously now with the way that the industry is, and everything is just a grab for views. It's what clickbait title is going to drag someone in. What's that first like 0.3 seconds of a video? Is it going to spark anything? And that's just what the world revolves around now. And I think it's taken a lot out of music as well, because it's always what's the most outrageous bar, what's, you know, who can throw a punch at who, to be able to bring in all of that money in those views.
Basically, so it's not even about your lyrical content or what you're saying anymore. It's more about a catchy beat or something so dumb as you've said something wild, and people are just clicking like, oh my gosh, what does he mean? So
it's not for the music anymore. It's literally, it's to be able to pull in the social aspect of it instead of the love for
the music, for
what's going on. So what is next for Lamz? Both mentally, both musically, spiritually, and as a mentor.
Just continue doing what I'm doing now. Push more music out. Still work with my cousin, get him more shows. Start to do shows myself because I haven't performed in God knows how long. So just kind of find myself as well a bit more and find my audience. Yeah. Because before I didn't put my music out because I thought, who's really gonna want to listen to this type of music? But now I see other people are. It's becoming cool now. I just need to kind of find my lane, find my audience, and start getting out there and doing more shows, performances, dropping more music, being more consistent, really. So that's for me. And then getting my cousin some more shows and stuff like that as well. No,
it'd be sick. You guys have got like such a good bond, and you always want to help them. And it's honestly, it's so lovely to see. So many people are out for themselves now and don't want to help. They don't want to boost anybody, and it's just
that's the problem.
It's a dog eat dog world, and it's rough out there. Thank you so much for coming up. I really appreciate it. You have been so fun to interview. Like, your music is really, really inspirational.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And I hope to see more from you in the future.
Nah, you will. Thank you. Lamz Shakur. Yo, like, they said it's lonely by your side. I guess I like the view. The devil tried to kill me many times, but Lord, I'm fighting proof. Shiesty moves, I've done it all, cause I don't like to lose. But you can really lose yourself, trying to find you, Thinking on my misdemeanors, said I never had no guidance. What I really need was Jesus. Thought I wasn't worthy, you put strength in all my weakness. Like I've sinned so many times, but you've never held a grievance. A part of me is healing, so I'm silent in my word. Reflecting on the verse, I can manifest my worth. Cause I'm really from the mud, I'm a diamond in the dirt. So when I mention faith, I can really say it works. Like I've been at the bottom, the lowest of the lows. I was sparring with my sin, where you took all the blows. A road he never chose, heavy price for my woes. But heavy is the crown, and only the Lord knows. And that's Lamz.